This is my audience of 5 for my persuasive speech. I will be giving it to my camera. Hello everyone, my name is Joyce, and today I'll be talking about the importance of being aware of bullying. I grew up in the 80s, and the kind of bullying kids faced back then was face-to-face with their peers in the schoolyard or in their neighborhoods. Today's children and adolescents face much more violent means of bullying, both in school and online. As a parent of a young daughter and a step-parent to 2 teenagers, the subject of bullying and cyberbullying in particular is close to my heart. Since the 80s, technology has grown at an unprecedented pace. I often remind my kids that when I was growing up, our PCs were in 2 colors, black and green, and that there were no such devices as smartphones and tablets. In this age of real-time communication and instant response time, episodes of cyberbullying have become exponentially high. With the proliferation of smartphones and tablets, which many kids and teens now own or have regular access to, the kind of bullying, banter, and insults exchanged are largely unbeknownst to the parents. Furthermore, whichever side the child or teen is on, the bully or the victim of bullying, the parents may be completely unaware of what the child is up to online. There seems to be a disconnect between parents and their children in many of these cases. The lack of communication may be contributed by both parents and children being on their electronic devices incessantly, as is today's modern culture. Applications on these devices, such as Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat, make it easier than ever to alter photos and to send these photos and comments across to many peers and the public. The exposure this kind of bullying provides is exploitive and devastating to kids who are already at a vulnerable point in their emotional and mental development. According to the Centers of Disease Control, the rates of youth suicide, that's between the ages of 10 to 24, are 4,600 each year. This number is staggering when you think about the ages of these young people. Many of the contributing factors of a majority of the younger demographic can be traced back to being a victim of bullying by their peers. The depression and hopelessness experienced by these kids is heartbreaking. One such episode of cyberbullying is the story of Megan Meyer.
What happened here is horrifying. Why it might have happened will leave you incredulous.
She was just a good girl.
Tina Meyer of suburban St. Louis is the mother of Megan Meyer, who had lived a challenging childhood.
She got bullied in school, and she had big self-esteem issues. She had struggled with depression since she was in the 3rd grade.
Megan's mother and father allowed her to set up a MySpace account under their supervision, and said their 13-year-old swooned when she got her first affectionate note ever from a boy named Josh Evans.
He thought she was really pretty, posted on her comments on her pictures, this is beautiful, your eyes are beautiful.
For about a month, Josh sent her instant messages saying things like, "Lucky me and lucky you, 'cause you're my number one." But Megan's mother and father started getting suspicious, because although the notes were not explicit, their parental instinct told them something wasn't right.
I did contact the police department, and I called and asked to be transferred to the cyber crimes division to see how can I check to see if this MySpace account is real. Nothing you can do.
And then one day,
it was a whirlwind. It was Josh saying horrible things to Megan, Megan saying things back to him.
Nasty messages from a boy who just a day before meant everything to this lonely girl. One in particular cut deep.
The world would be a better off place without you and have a shitty rest of your life.
Megan was distraught beyond words.
This is the part I'll never forgive myself for, because she was looking for me to help calm her down like I normally always did and be there for her, and I was upset with her because I didn't like the language that she was using, and I was upset that she didn't listen to me and sign off when I told her to, and so I was aggravated with her about that and told her that she knew better, and she just said to me, "You're supposed to be my mom, you're supposed to be on my side," and she took off running upstairs.
It was too quiet for too long in that upstairs bedroom.
Tina left, walked upstairs. I didn't really pay much attention to it. And then I just heard a blood curdling scream.
I just saw her hanging from her closet.
When she just screamed, I was right there.
I tried to pick her up.
That's heartbreaking. Very heartbreaking. So the means of prevention remain promoting awareness for parents and teachers as well as the youth population themselves. In addition, parents, teachers, and school administrators should be trained extensively in being aware of the signs of bullying and depression. Luckily, these days, the stigma of being a victim of bullying is lifting due to a focus on the problem in schools and communities. Through tragedies, many of us are learning the signs of bullying and depression in kids and are speaking up. More programs are raising awareness as well and teaching children to speak up when they are or when they see their peers on either side of this complicated issue. I hope I have myself raised some awareness about this subject. I know any parent would want to protect their children and try to prevent bullying. Thank you.